Hello, good morning, wherever you may watching us from. I am Haji Drame and welcome to THD Online TV, the special interview. Before I go any further, as the country continue to celebrate nationhood, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish every Gambian and non-Gambian residing in Gambia a happy independence celebration as we continue in the weekend celebrating activities marking the 57th year anniversary of independence for this country. And that goes with a very important topic that we discussed today. As the Gambia, in few days' time, the Gambia will host the 5th biennial conference of the Africa Sports Management Association, ASMA. The 4-day conference, which will start on Tuesday, the 22nd of February, was slated for March of 2021, but was postponed twice, largely as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. But today, I have someone in the studio with me who will tell you that, God willing, Gambia will join the host nations of this great organization. Mr. Jawala, thank you so very much for coming to THD Online TV.
Thank you very much.
Happy Independence celebration.
Thank you, and wish you the same.
Yeah, well, like I said, the Gambia ready to play the role of host, as was stated by its bidding delegation when it campaigned for the right to host the 5th biennial conference. Are we ready?
Thank you very much, Haji, and thank you for hosting me. Before I go into that question, I also want to take this opportunity to thank everybody and all those who are watching me right now, and also to say to the entire Gambian population, from the head of state down, that I'm happy in the 57th independence anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, as you have rightly said, the Gambia is ready. The Gambia is ready in the sense that since we won the bid to host this very important and magnanimous event, we have been working on the ground to ensure that everything is in place so that this activity will be hosted and then completed successfully. In this, we have started with having conversation with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, because when it comes to the funding of the activity, they will be there to support and also give us the go-ahead to host the event. When that was done, we had our National Organizing Committee set, which is headed by the Executive Director of the National Sports Council, Marcel Mendy, and we have subcommittees ranging from the Secretariat and Information Center. That Secretariat or that subcommittee will be responsible of the day-to-day secretarial functions of the conference and even during the course of the conference. And we'll also be there, because we said information center attached to it, we'll also be there to help the delegates, that is the international delegates and our local delegates, to look at what they need, give them information on whatever they may require in terms of, let's say, written documents, information about the Gambia, about the conference itself, the halls where one need to be. The Secretariat will be responsible for that. We have the finance subcommittee, which will also be looking at the finance aspect of the whole activity. We have the conference subcommittee. The conference subcommittee will be there to ensure that the committee or the conference is well organized. Any material that is needed during the course and before the activity, will be ensured that this conference committee takes care of all those materials, wherever the mic is supposed to be, who sits where, who are the dignitaries, when are they coming. All these things will be taken note of. The thematic areas that are going to be treated during the conference, which halls are they going to take place. All this will be taken care of by the conference committee, and of course, also to take charge of the the master of ceremonies, activities or functions. We'll be introducing, the guests to the people, and whatever activity is going to take place during the course of the activity. And we also have the logistic. This logistic committee englobes the feeding and accommodation plus the protocol committee. And it's headed by Pierre Jaju of the Gambia Football Federation. We know he has that experience in, protocol issues, so he's the one heading it. They are responsible of arranging vehicles to pick delegates from the airport and also make sure that the VIP, is ready for the professors that are coming to attend this activity. It's a big event, so people, who are professors needs to be, given that privilege to, be accorded that importance. Because they are important people. Especially. So they will be responsible of that. The logistic of the conference will also be under his responsibility with his colleagues in the subcommittee. We have the media and publicity committee. Yes, although I am not part of the media and publicity subcommittee, our advocacy and fundraising officer was supposed to be here, but with circumstances beyond our control, so the show should have been on yesterday. Exactly. So it should have been yesterday, but we brought it today. Thank you for that understanding. We are. That is why I am here today. To do it on their behalf. Fantastic. So these are the committees. So that is to tell you that we are ready. And as I am speaking, we have the brochures already done. The T-shirts are all printed. Everything is intact. The abstracts, we will come to that later. We are also, going to be here today so that, by tomorrow everything is, printed and then put aside for the delegates to, make best use of.
There cannot be a better way of describing or telling people about the readiness of this committee than you've just executed. Absolutely, right. Well, ASMA has this vision and mission to use its platform to contribute to continental socio-economic development. In what ways will you say this aspiration can be achieved?
All right. Before I even come to that, it is important for the people that are, viewing to understand what asthma actually is. ASMA.
Yes. Others will say that you see the asthma disease. Very
good.
We are not talking about asthma
disease. Exactly. We're not talking about the asthma disease. This is ASMA, the acronym ASMA.
Yes.
African, Sport Management Association.
Yes.
Which was founded in 2008 and then 2010 in Kenya, Nairobi, at a world, sport conference. Yes. The people, African professors and other scholars met and then see the need of, having such, an organization. That is how it came about, and they decided that, biennial, activities should be, done so that that will be a conference in the countries that, bid for the hosting of the activity. Now coming to your question. It is important we understand that sports has also, the ability to transform the lives, and livelihood of people socially, and also economically. So you will see to it that we are ready, and we want to see to it that this conference impacts on the lives of our people, particularly the sector that we are in, that is the sports sector. We cannot quantify how much sports brings to this country in terms of benefit, in terms of socio-economic development, because the data is not there, researches are not done. But I can confidently say that what sport brings in terms of economy and social transformation is immeasurable. Looking at let's just look at, let's say, a football match or an athletic event.
Yes.
Where you see more than 100 vendors, each selling different items. And before the end of the activity, they all go home, laughing because their stock is sold.
Everybody has got what he wants.
You understand? These are from families that struggle to have their daily meals intact. So you see, when sports is developed, when, such activities are always organized, it helps to increase the income earning of the people at that low level.
Yeah.
Now, at this conference, we will not have those vendors. But what are we going to have? People paying their tickets to come to the Gambia and then pay their airport landing fee, or is it the security fee?
Security
the $20.
$20, $1,000.
Exactly. $1,000.
Yes.
Book the hotel. The Gambia is not paying for them.
Yeah.
They will pay for themselves. When they go out during the sessions where, they need to see what is in the Gambia, what is the smiling coast of the Gambia,
yes. Yes.
They buy things from our people.
Oh, yeah.
The economy stays here, So that is adding economy to our coffers.
Yes.
You understand? And the people are employed by those hotels. They pay people that they are working with them or for them. You see. Now, when it comes to the social transformation, that is the people who are going to be opportune to be local delegates. Our associations, we have invited them to send in their coaches. Now, the knowledge that they are going to gather there will transform them as a sports personnel, and also the people that they interact with. Those are their athletes and their executives and any other stakeholder of their discipline. So you will see to it that that knowledge will also have an impact on the lives of those people. This is why I said the social transformation and economic growth of our country has a lot to gain from this activity.
The socio-economic part has been very clear, but in what way has your association with ASMA really helped to advance the sports management culture here in the Gambia, and how has that positively impacted on the sport in general in the Gambia, you think?
Yeah, this is one aspect of it. Already it is clear that the impact of our association with ASMA has
yield something.
And behind the scenes, a lot of things are done. When Ida went and then came, we share ideas, what she learned, that is administrative, but a lot have, changed, in the way we do things, you understand, based on the idea and, what she has brought from ASMA, in 2019. And also, at the end of the day, so many Gambians will have the inspiration and motivated to go in for sports management as a career, because we felt as Gambians, this is my opinion, that Gambia sports management is only those who are employed at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, particularly in the sports sector. And this is not only where it should be limited to. Those going to school should see how important and how lucrative, or should I say lucrative, but how beneficial is sports management to an individual, and what impact can it put on the people he or she lives with in his or her community or the country at large. You will see to it that now we'll be able to, let's say, go in for furthering our education, particularly those from the Gambia College. Will now say, okay, physical education.
Let me take it serious now.
Go in for sports management, sports psychology. Because we said, in fact, in the activities, we are going to have sports psychology training for coaches. For the first time in the history of the Gambia, such a training will be organized.
That is a very important role that disturbs Gambian sports.
Yes. In one of our meetings, I said it, and I want to repeat it here too. I think everybody have, or has watched that on Facebook, where the coach was talking to our senior team in Cameroon.
Yes.
And he used this phrase, I don't know whether I got it correct. Yefindongo.
Psychologically, that plays a lot.
Psychologically, you feel, yes, the Gambian way is like Yefindongo. And then,
let's go and give it all.
No one knows the impact that, puts on, the moral capacity of our athletes. Now, here, we will go not...
But among the high points of this 5th biennial conference is the decoration of a set of individuals referred to as distinguished personalities in terms of their contribution to youth engagement and sustainable and sports development initiatives. I reckon ASMA has about 6 individuals on its list, including our very own head of state for special recognition. Please, can you tell us more about this awards?
You know, the human being, when you are ungrateful, you can hardly succeed in whatever endeavor you are into. You need to recognize the efforts of others. This is why one of my brothers would tell me, when a child is born in courage, you know, he learns to recognize. You see?
That's a healthy proverb.
Yes. So you will see to it that once the courage is there, the support is there, inevitably you will recognize people who were behind you, pushing you to get to where you want to be. This is why ASMA took it upon itself to, you know, confer the highest ASMA's, you know, award, which is ASMA Gold Award. Yeah, so you see, when those people who supported you, you have to recognize them.
Yes.
That is why ASMA see it upon itself to give those people, you know, the highest award, which is the ASMA Gold Award.
Yes.
Those awards will be conferred to, you know, on the President of the Republic of the Gambia, H.E. Adama Barrow, the one of Nigeria's, Lagos governor, the Minister of Sports for Nigeria, the Nigerian Football Federation President or his delegate, you know, and other people. You know, yes. So this award will be conferred, you know, on those people to show how, or to show their appreciation, you know, to them, you know, as to the, you know, support and sacrifices they were doing for sports. One will question why H.E. Adama Barrow. I don't need to go back to the 2017, but just what has happened recently, you know, within a span of 1-2 years, the Gambia qualified for the CHAN in Mauritania. We are champions.
Went up to the
last four. Exactly. And, you know, having, you know, Gina Bars and others, you know, winning those very well. You know, you come to the senior national team, and just unfortunately we were in Cameroon also for the AUCON, and then, you know, we did not. But all those things are, you know, during his tenure. So he has to be given that, you know, accolade. Absolutely. To show him that, you know, we appreciate what you are doing, but there is a body, a continental body that appreciates more than even, you know, the Gambians, what you are doing for your country.
That is amazing.
So he will be conferred, you know, that gold award.
Wow. Yeah. So it's going to be a very important gathering coming to the Gambia, where our own president will be recognized for what has happened in sport in this country. I only hope that, you know, Gambians will take it as their own, because Gambian hospitality, wherever you talk about, people don't question the hospitalities of Gambians. So can you tell us the concept of entrepreneurship and sports management, and how has that been synchronized by ASMA in its drive to bring about socio-economic development on the continent, and the various means this coupling of concepts can be achieved?
Yes, to amalgamate these concepts, ASMA had different thematic areas that are going to be treated during the course of the conference. And one of the thematic areas which is very much linked to the entrepreneurial aspect of sports is marketing in grassroots sports development. That is a thematic area. And I think, you know, your colleagues, the journalists, will be very, very important and would be keen to, you know, be in that hall, you know, so that you grab what is going to be given.
That looks at the grass level of
the grassroots level marketing. That's where everything starts. This is why we unreservedly choose this team, invest in grassroots development or in grassroots sports,
Yes.
the surest way to achieving success in sports. So you will see through that. That thematic area. We'll talk about how do we use our entrepreneurial skills, to market our grassroots. So that in the future, we will, with concerted efforts, with the knowledges that we gathered, can be put together and market our grassroots. And the grassroots goes down to the primary school level, at the community level, and even, our league levels in all disciplines. The newspapers will be talking about Haji, he is this, he has this quality, that information in the media, you can't say where it is going to stop.
Oh, yeah.
The whole world sees it once it is in the social media. Then you attract people. Wow. Gambia is always talking about the grassroots. They are talking about A, B, and C in terms of, development in grassroots sports. Why not we go and see exactly what is on the ground? Because there are people who are on the social media, trying to know, what countries can offer. So you will see that aspect of it has a very strong bond with the aspect of entrepreneurship. Yes.
I recall when Gambia was doing well in under 17, there are many countries who are coming here.
Eyes were on us.
Find out
how do we do that?
Right, yeah.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
So this could only be another reason
Exactly.
of inviting people to come and see how far we're going.
Very well. So how do we invite people? How do we do that process? What are the nitty-gritties? What do you go into to ensure that you are able to sell your country out? This is what that thematic area is going to look at, and you will have professors. I told you, people that are coming are professors. One of them, Professor Omotayo, from the University of Ghana, and we have Professor Morakinyo, other professors. You will meet them.
So they'll be talking about very, very
important things. One of the thematic areas is the role of educational institutions in grassroots sports development. You understand?
In other countries, these two goes together.
Sports and education. Yes, it's like the king and the crown.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot dissociate the crown from the royal family.
Playing in Europe with their masters.
Exactly.
Prepared for life after football.
Very well.
Why can't we do it in the Gambia?
It can be done. Huh? Gina is an athlete and he's a police officer.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know, an ASP.
Yes, he's been
likewise, Adama Jame.
Exactly.
And who else? So many of us, so this is it. That's what that aspect is going to, give us.
Is it your view that following this conference here in the Gambia, we will likely get to see quite a number of Gambians serving in the various committees of the organization?
Of ASMA?
ASMA.
Absolutely, yes. Gambians, we are a small country, but anytime we are to host any event, we always want to ensure that people know the reason why we say the smiling coast. And the smiling coast is not only to see a happy face,
yes,
but to go into full length and give all what you have when you organize events. We will show them what we are capable of doing despite our size. And it will be the best, in terms of organization of ASMA conferences in the other countries. You understand?
Yeah.
We will, give them, all what they need. That alone gives us chance to be in the executive. Already we are a member of the ASMA family. But we will push for executive membership. Yes, exactly within ASMA.
That is where a decision making could, be done.
Very well.
And Gambia can participate.
We can participate because there will be an AGM.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And during the AGM, because we form the majority here, we'll have to vote for our people.
I can see. Finally, yes. But however, after all these said and done, the fact remains that in order for whatever is agreed upon in this conference, like this one taking place here in the Gambia, to succeed, much will be dependent on how much emphasis the National Sports Council puts into seeing that an effective sports policy is formulated and implemented. How much importance does the NSC attach to this association with ASMA?
Very, 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 very big, importance. We are seeing this as a very, very big opportunity for the Gambia because, most of our people who have, the few that have done sports management, during the course of writing their thesis, they had difficulties in acquiring, the required data.
Information.
Yes, for their thesis. You cannot find it anywhere because no one does any research. So this is the opportunity that, Gambia wants to grab so that the abstracts that we are going to be reviewed during the course of the conference are abstracts, from researches done on sports development in different aspects of sports development. So few is, selected to be reviewed here in the Gambia. We will be part of that review process and see how it is done and have an idea of how to go into research in terms of sports development.
That will unearth.
It will unearth a lot of information, a lot of ways of going into getting data, primary data, Well, we archive it and then keep it for the future. Yes.
That would be one of the most significant, part of this conference.
You see,
data collection in the Gambia has been one of the nightmare that people feel when they want to do
because
the commentary about people who have done a lot for this country.
People will gather information and then keep it to themselves. And, you have to share
the information.
Yeah, that is how knowledge, spreads. Yeah. So when that review is done, many people, particularly those who have the opportunity to be a delegate and are from the Gambia, will now see the need to, if you cannot, but encourage others to study and then, have or take sports management as a career to develop the sector.
I think we are all going to start looking at data and start taking it as a challenge.
Yes.
This is going to account as a very good opportunity, to be able to know a little bit about countries that are also coming here. Because these professors coming here will bring us something that we have never known about their country.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Well, it seems like we have come to the end of the show. And Mr. Jawara, unless you want to give a very important information to the public before we reach this important day, because we'll continue talking about this on THD.
Okay.
But for today, what will be your message to the Gambians and outsiders who are watching this?
Just to tell my fellow Gambians that this is a big opportunity for the Gambia, so we strive to ensure that we welcome the guests and then give them what is known about the Gambia, that is the smiling coast of Africa, and also to tell the local delegates not to see this as a low profile event. This is a high profile event, and we have to take this opportunity and learn as much as we can. Ask as much questions as you can. The professors are here for that, and they will surely deliver what we expect.
The venue, and when do we expect to see delegates coming?
Yeah, delegates will start coming tomorrow, the 21st.
Okay.
And then the venue is Paradise Suites Hotel, where the opening ceremony will take place, and then other activities will also be within the hotel. Just to inform the general public that it is important for us to know that the minister will deliver the welcoming remarks, and we'll have the chairman of the National Sports Council, Lamin Jawara, to also, do the welcoming remarks. We'll have also the Minister of Higher, the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, to also give a statement. These are important to the conference.
The conference has all this flavor.
Exactly, it is purely academic. So we have to attack that.
Exactly.
Yes.
To come there.
Exactly.
Well, viewers, he is the Deputy Executive Director at the National Sports Council, Mahmoud Jawla. This is the first time, we're talking about this on THD, but it's not going to be the last time because we're going to follow this conference and make sure that, the importance is shared to the Gambians and non-Gambians. This is an important event. And join us again next week as we look into what ASMA has brought into the Gambia and what we have learned from the conference. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And until we meet you again, have a peaceful weekend.
Thank you very much.